Have you ever met someone who made you feel like you were under a spell? Someone who, after just one conversation, left you craving more of their presence, their wisdom, their energy? What if I told you there's a personality type so magnetic, so intoxicating, that they've been dubbed the human drug? And no, we're not talking about charisma or charm, we're talking about the INFJ, the rarest of the 16 personality types, making up less than 2% of the population. But why is no one talking about this? Why are INFJs the best-kept secret of human connection? Buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into the enigmatic world of the INFJ, the human drug no one talks about. 1. What makes INFJs so addictive? INFJs are like a rare blend of fine wine and a gripping novel, complex, layered, and impossible to forget. They possess an uncanny ability to make you feel seen, heard, and understood in a way that's almost otherworldly. It's not just their empathy or intuition, it's the way they combine these traits to create an emotional experience that lingers long after they're gone. Their presence is calming yet electrifying, like a warm blanket on a cold night paired with the thrill of a midnight adventure. They don't just listen, they feel your words, your emotions, your unspoken thoughts. And that's what makes them so addictive. They connect with people on a level that most can't even comprehend. 2. The INFJ empathy, a double-edged sword. INFJs are often described as emotional sponges. They absorb the feelings of those around them, whether they want to or not. This deep empathy allows them to understand people in a way that feels almost supernatural. But here's the catch, it's exhausting. Imagine feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders every single day. That's the reality for many INFJs. They care so deeply that they often neglect their own needs, pouring everything they have into others. And while this makes them incredible friends, partners, and confidants, it also leaves them vulnerable to burnout. 3. The INFJ intuition, reading between the lines. If empathy is the INFJ's superpower, intuition is their secret weapon. They have an almost eerie ability to read between the lines, picking up on subtle cues that others miss. It's like they have a sixth sense for people's true intentions, emotions, and motivations. This intuition isn't just about understanding others, it's about foreseeing outcomes. INFJs often know how a situation will play out before it even happens. It's as if they're living a few steps ahead of everyone else, navigating life with a map no one else can see. 4. The INFJ mystery. Why are they so hard to figure out? INFJs are walking contradictions. They're introverts who crave deep connections, idealists who see the world as it could be, and perfectionists who are painfully aware of their own flaws. This complexity makes them fascinating but also hard to pin down. They're private people, often guarding their inner world like a treasure chest. Even those closest to them might feel like they've only scratched the surface. But that's part of their allure. The more you get to know an INFJ, the more you realize there's always another layer to uncover. 5. The INFJ as the counselor personality. INFJs are often called the counselors of the personality types, and for good reason. They have an innate ability to guide others through their struggles, offering insights and advice that feel both profound and practical. But here's the thing, INFJs don't just give advice, they help people find their own answers. They're not interested in controlling or dictating, they want to empower others to grow and heal. It's this selfless approach that makes their guidance so impactful and so addictive. 6. The dark side of the INFJ, when the human drug turns toxic. As much as INFJs are a source of light, they also have a dark side. Their intense empathy can lead to emotional exhaustion, and their idealism can sometimes make them overly critical of themselves and others. When INFJs feel misunderstood or unappreciated, they can retreat into themselves, becoming distant and aloof. And if they're not careful, their desire to help others can turn into a need for validation, leaving them feeling drained and unfulfilled. 7. INFJs in relationships, love, passion, and depth. If you've ever been in a relationship with an INFJ, you know it's not for the faint of heart. INFJs love deeply and passionately, but they also expect the same in return. They're not interested in surface-level connections. They want something real, something meaningful. This intensity can be overwhelming for some, but for those who can match it, the rewards are immense. An INFJ will love you in a way that feels all-encompassing, like you're the center of their universe. But be warned, they'll also see through your walls, your defenses, and your insecurities. 8. The INFJ's creative genius. A world of imagination. INFJs are often drawn to creative pursuits, whether it's writing, art, music, or something else entirely. Their rich inner world fuels their creativity, allowing them to express ideas and emotions that others might struggle to articulate. But their creativity isn't just about self-expression, it's about connection. INFJs use their art to bridge the gap between themselves and others, creating something that resonates on a deeply personal level. It's this ability to touch people's hearts that makes their work so unforgettable. 9. The INFJ's quest for meaning. A life of purpose. INFJs are driven by a deep need for meaning and purpose. They're not content with just going through the motions. They want to make a difference, to leave the world a better place than they found it. This quest for meaning can be both inspiring and exhausting. INFJs often hold themselves to impossibly high standards, striving for perfection in everything they do. But when they find a cause or a purpose that aligns with their values, they become unstoppable. 10. The INFJ's inner struggle, balancing idealism and reality. One of the biggest challenges INFJs face is reconciling their idealism with the harsh realities of the world. They see the potential for beauty, love, and harmony, but they're also acutely aware of the pain, injustice, and suffering that exists. This inner struggle can lead to feelings of frustration and disillusionment, but it can also fuel their determination to create change. INFJs are dreamers, but they're also doers. They don't just imagine a better world, they work tirelessly to make it a reality. 11. The INFJ's quiet strength. Leading by example. INFJs may not be the loudest or most assertive personalities, but they have a quiet strength that's impossible to ignore. They lead by example, inspiring others through their actions rather than their words. This understated approach to leadership can be incredibly effective, especially in situations where empathy and understanding are needed. INFJs have a way of bringing out the best in people, helping them see their own potential and encouraging them to grow. 12. The INFJ's legacy, leaving a lasting impact. At the end of the day, what makes INFJs so unforgettable is the impact they have on the people around them. They may not seek the spotlight, but their influence is profound and far-reaching. Whether it's through their empathy, their creativity, or their unwavering commitment to their values, INFJs leave a mark on the world that's impossible to ignore. They're the human drug no one talks about, but once you've experienced their magic, you'll never forget it. Conclusion: INFJs are a rare breed, a blend of empathy, intuition, and quiet strength that makes them utterly captivating. They're the human drug no one talks about, but once you've encountered one, you'll understand why they're so addictive. From their deep connections to their creative genius, INFJs have a way of touching lives in ways that are both profound and lasting. But let's not forget, INFJs are human too. They have their struggles, their flaws, and their moments of doubt. Yet, it's these very imperfections that make them so relatable, so real. So the next time you meet an INFJ, take a moment to appreciate the magic they bring into the world, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find yourself under their spell.